Hi, welcome everyone. Welcome my heart-powered global nation friends. You're brave entrepreneurs. You want to make a difference. You want to share your voice and your message in a greater way. And believe it or not, it's already Thursday again. So it's one of our inspiring thought Thursday lives. And it's really great to have you on board. I'm just here, as you know, I'm Monique Bloxel. I'm the founder of HeartPowered Business and the initiator, together with my beautiful tribe of clients and friends, really outstanding entrepreneurs, change makers. We have created this space for you to just connect and engage and support each other, learn from each other, and our Inspiring Thought Thursdays are really here to uplift you, to inspire you, to support you, to answer your questions. So, also, to really give you powerful hints on how you can make your business fly higher and how you can soar higher as a coach, trainer, consultant, speaker, entrepreneur, business leader, and change maker. And I know that in the current times, it's not always very easy, is it? I mean, there's so many things that we are facing that we are not only picking up in the news, but are really, having a major impact on our life. I mean, you all know what I'm talking about, right? I don't know about your country. I'd like to know actually in the chat, where are you from? And are you also going into another lockdown right now? Like, I mean, I'm in Germany and we started our second lockdown now as of Monday, which doesn't make things easier for a lot of people. So I'd really like to know, where are you and how is it impacting you and your life, right? And it's not only the current situation where a lot of us are actually homebound and, or where, a lot of places are closed that where we normally go or where we normally do our business. Again, we still need to do a lot online. And, it's not only that, it's also like, the elections in the US, it's the Brexit discussion in Europe. I mean, there's so much heaviness. A lot of friends of mine and clients of ours have, people that get sick, that they've lost. They go really through tough times. When we have our mind and heart on these things, how can we keep running business as usual, right? So a lot of people say, well, it's really challenging right now to stay joyful and to keep running our business in a powerful way, to be there for others, to support and inspire them. And I'd like to know, can you just, I invite you, put into the chat, well, what are you going through right now, right? Is running your business easy for you right now? And if it's not, in what way is it not easy for you right now? And I know, I see a lot of entrepreneurs, especially coaches, speakers, trainers, consultants, and other entrepreneurs right now struggle, not only because of the current time, but really in general, where they say really it's challenging right now to attract new clients, to trigger interest, to bring new clients on board, to keep working with clients and keep them positive and help my clients step up in greater ways. And a lot of entrepreneurs also say, well, I'm putting so much hard work in, and compared to the work I'm putting in, I'm not really earning enough. Well, I would like to hear from you. Put in the chat, is that you? Is that, is that something that you find challenging right now to attract new clients and, and still at the same time, including myself and, quite a few of my entrepreneurial friends, they keep striving. They keep adapting their business based on what people need around them now, what their clients need right now. They keep making very good money. We keep making good money. Like, some of us and some of them are keep making like 10,000, 30,000, 50,000, 100,000 a month. Some of them even in a week. The question is, what do they do differently? What do they do differently? And what I realize is that everyone that finds it hard to attract clients, to get the message out there, is it's really the people that are not really visible enough. And why is that? And hand on heart for you, I'd like to know, on a scale of 1 to 5, how visible do you feel you are in your market? Number 1 would be, well, I'm not visible really much. Not a lot of people know me. Or number 5 would be, yeah, I'm very visible. I'm omnipresent. People speak about me. I'm very visible. I'd like to know, well, what is your number? Put that number down for yourself. And then once we know what your number is, and again, we are not judging what your number is right now. We really want to know, what do you want your number to be in 6 months from now? Where do you want to be, right? What is, if you're at a 1 or 2 right now, maybe you want to step up to a 3 or 4. If you're at a 3 or 4, maybe you want to step into 5. Well, what is your number right now? How visible are you right now? I'd like to really know. So put your numbers into the chat. And the question is, why are people finding it hard to get their message out there and be visible and become really someone that people speak about in their market? Why are they holding back? And I know there's a lot of reasons, right? Some people say, well, I don't have time to really get my messages out there. It takes so much time to create messages and to share, to write posts or to create videos, right? Or, whatever way you want to be visible out there. So people say, I don't have the time to do all that. Or some people say, well, I just don't know how to do it, right? And there's so many other reasons why people are procrastinating, not really going out there in the greatest way. And I'd like to know from you in the chat, why do you feel, if you're not fully out there yet, what is holding you back? And I know there's a lot of reasons that we are very aware of, that we are very conscious of. And then there is, and I love yours, right? I love seeing the numbers you're putting in. You say, I'm 2, I want to be a 5. That's wonderful. And, and Daniel, you're saying my number visibility at the moment is 5, 6. I want to be an 8. Okay, so I guess you took it from 1 to 10. Perfect. Okay, so great. So let's step up and let's talk about the number 1 reason why most entrepreneurs are not really that visible out there. Why are we as entrepreneurs, where we have a great message, we are brilliant at what we do. We love working with our clients. Once clients work with you, they love working with you. You really impact their life. You help them step up with their work, with their business, with their life. So, once you have raving fans, why is it so difficult actually to go out there and make it a 4 or 5 and get really present and visible in your market? So I feel the number 1 reason is not necessarily that you might not have the time, or people don't know how to do it. These are very valid reasons, and over time I'll share with you all you need to know on how to do it in the best way to really trigger interest. But the number 1 reason right now that holds most people back is, hand on heart, fear. There's so many fears people are facing why they're not going out there. It's more on the subconscious level, right? And the thing is, once you do master your fear, once you do start stepping out in a greater way, once you do work on getting your message clear and you share something on a regular basis, at least weekly, maybe several times a week, maybe even every day, so that you inspire people out there that, people will eventually resonate with you and your message. They will feel connected with you. They will want to know more about you. They will want to work with you. And once more people want to work with you, okay, the more impact you will have on their life and their business. And when you do that, the more people become your raving fans, and they will spread the word for you. They will become your greatest ambassadors. And again, they will refer other people to you. And again, of course, that helps you attract more clients, make more money, make a bigger impact. And you know what? It's so much more fun. Just this week, I spoke to an amazing lady that has great skills, and she said, Monique, one of my challenges is really that I'm not visible. And you know what? Again, it's really the fear that holds people back. So I'd like to know, if you recognize yourself in some way that you're procrastinating being out there more, what are some fears that are holding you back. I'd like to actually really hear from you. What are some of the things in your mind and heart that, don't allow you to really step out there, share your message unapologetically, and serve many more people in a greater way, right? And I would like to introduce you to something that I call the eagle formula. Because again, we need to know, how do we master the fear? And I know a lot of people say, I don't have fear, right? Hand on heart. Again, as I said, when you procrastinate going out there, sharing a message in a greater way, there's probably something inside of you holding you back. It's the inner game, it's the fears. And I'd like to know which ones are those. So again, once you admit, or we all admit, to say, hey, there's something inside that holds me back to step out in a greater way. Okay, let's apply the eagle formula for you to master your fear, so that we take everything out of the way that might be really still holding you back to step out there and sharing a message in a greater way and inspiring more people. So what is this eagle formula? Well, there's actually 5 steps that are really kind of accelerators. Every one of these steps is an accelerator for you to take any kind of blockage out of the way, so you are going out there in a greater way. So the first one is the E, and the E stands for explore what your fears are. Explore them, find out which ones they are. So and again, I'd like to know from you, as Danya and Erica and Eugenia and everyone that's watching right now, well, what are the things that are holding you back? What are the things that goes through your mind and heart that are like the critical voices, whispering into your ears, that again give you a good reason to not step forward. So let me just share some of them that I've been facing in my early days, and sometimes even today when I still step into something new, right? So what are some of these voices? People think like, oh, what if I don't have anything interesting to say? Or, what if I do step up and what I'm producing or sharing is not good enough? Or what if no one is watching? Or what if no one is reading it? What if no one is commenting on it, right? I mean, that's painful, right? What if we get something out there and no one cares, right? What if no one cares, right? That's one of these fears. And even worse than that is people think like, oh, what if I do share something and there are people on there, but they don't like what they hear, or they don't like what they read, or they don't resonate with my message. What if they judge me? What if they speak negatively with others about me? What if they ridicule me, right? Okay, so, I see from Danya, thank you for sharing, right? It's time, right? But it's really, you say it's time consuming to create an extraordinary video, right? And I know that whenever you do, I love watching your videos on LinkedIn, right? I mean, whenever you are the stage queen and you help others really speak with impact and like music, and I love that. So I hear you, right? The thing is, it's exactly that. It's the fear that drives us and holds us back, right? And you say that fear is not to be interesting enough. Well, you know what? You have an incredible charisma, I can tell you, right? And, your message is powerful, and you teach so important, you teach so important things that are fundamentals on how to really speak with more impact, and more people need to hear you, right? So you can never not be interesting, ever. Every single, but I hear you that if you want to make it interesting, you want to make it perfect, and your videos are so professionally filmed, it's the fear of not good enough, right? And the thing is, you can beat that fear by, and I'm going to go through the eagle formula further, but just to share something with you right here, right now, is again, beat the perfectionism trap, right? The thing is, if we feel that, hey, it needs to be perfect, and we take like a week to create a video, it's great. It's a perfect video, and people will celebrate you for it. And there's 4 more days when you might not be getting something out there. And then, it means that in that moment, people don't get get your wisdom. They don't hear from you what you learn. They don't get hints and tips from you. So rather create the not so perfect videos more often, and weave in a really perfect one from time to time if you want to. But again, beat the fear of it's not good enough, or I'm not interesting enough, right? So just ask yourself, what kind of fears are there in your way that hold you back? And as I said, I shared a few with you, and I'd like to know from the ones I shared, are there some that resonate with you, that you have felt like not good enough, or what if no one cares, or what if they judge me, or what if they speak negatively, behind my back about me, or what if my clients see it, and what will they think, or what if my parents see it, and what will they say about me, right? And all these kind of fears are holding us back. So the first step of mastering your fear is really being honest and exploring what your fears are and becoming aware of them. Okay, and the next thing what you want to do is, once you're clear on what your fear is, the next letter in the eagle word stands for A, and that is adapt the wording. Adapt the wording. So if you say, for example, fear is not being interesting enough, like what you're saying, Danya, right? Turn it around and say, well, no, just simply know that every time you share something, and I've seen it on every single one of your posts, there's always someone saying, oh my God, thank you, that was valuable. Thank you, that's great advice. Thank you, I use that, right? So what you can do is, instead of say, what if I'm, instead of saying I have the fear of not being interesting enough, say, hey, I know that at least one person will find one interesting point in what I'm sharing. You can have faith in that. So instead of being held back by your fear, turn your fear into rather a cheerleader by rephrasing it and saying, hey, I shared this post from my heart, and I know, I simply have faith that there will be one person that finds one interesting thing in what I'm sharing. And that's always the case. Always, right? So, again, consider everything you share as a seed that you plant. It's either a seed that you plant, it's a seed of interest, or it's a seed for someone to take action. Or it's a seed for someone that has seen you before to finally reach out and want to speak to you and want to work with you. I have a great friend right now, and she just, like me, she's a speaker, and, so she gave a speech about a year ago. And just 2 days ago, she said, Monique, you know what? And she said it to several people, to several friends of us. She said, you know what? Just yesterday, I wrote a LinkedIn post. And there was this lady that heard me speak a year ago, and now because of my LinkedIn post, she reached out, and now a year later, she's ready to work with me, so I gained another VIP client, right? So again, just consider everything you get out there as a seed you're planting to get to know, to make connection, to deepen the connection and relationship, to build trust, to eventually get people to say, wow, that was exactly what I needed right now. Let me talk to Danya, or let me talk to Anita, or let me talk to whoever is here with us today. And by the way, it's great to have you. So, and if any questions come up, please type them in. If you have any questions that are coming up, I'm really happy to answer them as well here, right? So, it's really turn the fear that you've identified into a cheerleader by rephrasing it, right? And again, remember that fear, as we say, the word fear itself, a lot of people use it as an acronym, for example, as, fictitious events appearing real. Fear is always something that we project into the future. So what you can do, instead of expecting something negative, why don't you expect something positive, right? And you rephrasing your fear, once you've discovered it, into some cheerleader thought, will get you excited. Right? So like, Danya, as you're saying, like fear is not being interesting enough. What if you say, hey, you know what? When I get this little video out, there will be one thought that will inspire one person, or will get one person to take action and become a greater speaker, right? And have that in mind, and use that as your wind under your wings to finally get that next little video out, even if it's not perfect, right? So again, that's the first thing is, explore what your fears are. That stands for, that's the E, and then the A stands for adjust the wording, turn it around into a cheerleading thought. And then the third thing really stands for, the G stands for go ahead and do it anyhow. And I know you've heard that many times before, and people say, oh, Monique, you know what? Going ahead and doing it anyhow, if it was that easy, we would all do it. True. The thing is, if we allow fear to keep us where we are, if we don't expand our comfort zone, if we don't fail forward, right? If you're not brave enough to step out of it, we'll never share more. We'll never be more confident sharing. We'll never get the experience sharing more. And again, but once you step out, you go out and you still have the tickle in your belly, and you still get the video out. You press the enter button, you get it out there, right? It will help you to really, again, you will inspire people, you'll get positive feedback, they will encourage you to do more of it. You will get better at it, and again, you expand your comfort zone, right? Like a previous mentor of mine, just once said to me, Monique, you know what? I have the habit to embarrass myself every single day, right? And I've taken his advice to heart, and it's true that, again, if you're not afraid to be embarrassed or judged or have someone say, oh, that was not good, you'll never get a chance to get good, right? You'll never get a chance to expand our comfort zone and do things in a more consistent, greater way, right? And, again, go ahead and do it despite you having that tickle in your belly. And, just one other thing I would like to share with you. A lot of people say, well, you know what, when you want to expand your comfort zone, you want to do something scary, what you need to do is you need to think differently, and then you need to, then you feel differently, and then you take different action, and then you get the results you want. Well, I know that this formula doesn't always work for people, right? So I would actually turn it the upside down. I would turn it around and say, first be, then feel differently, and then, once you are differently, you feel differently, then you take different steps, and then you get the results you want. So just tell yourself, instead of saying, I'm not a good marketer, I'm not good at video, I'm not a good writer or anything like that, turn it around and say, hey, I am someone that cares about inspiring others, and that's why I write, right? And, and then, you be someone differently, you tell yourself who you are, or you say, you could also say, hey, if you still say, I'm not good at video, say, hey, I am, brave enough to be on a journey to become great at video, right? And then you are someone that is on that journey, and then again, how do you feel? You believe in yourself, you do it, and the more you do it, the more practice you get, the more feedback you get, the more encouragement you get, and the more you do it, right? So turn it around. And, I don't know about Robin Sharma, he's also a great inspiration to me in many, and he said, you know what? So just do it, and when you do it, you become someone else, right? So, turn it the other way around. And I'm not saying that you should right away take big steps that really scare you. Just ask yourself, what is the one little step I can take next to really, get out of my comfort zone and do it and serve someone else in a greater way, right? So again, as we said, the EAGLE formula, E stood for explore your fears, A for adjust them, turn the wording around, G stands for go ahead and do it anyhow despite your tickle in your belly, and the L is a really, really powerful one. That changed almost everything for me. That made me fearless on any stage, no matter if I speak to 500 or 5,000 people. And that's what the L stands for, and that is love up your audience. Love up your audience, right? So the thing is, know that when you're going out there, when you want to inspire others, it's really not about you. it is about you, but it's even more so about your audience, right? It's really more about your audience. You know, once, you know, a good friend of mine, and also I learned a lot from her about speaking and speaking with impact, she said, Monique, in service is no fear. And that is so true. Every time I step onto a stage, I set my own intention. I say, let me serve in the greatest possible way, because I care about them. I love them. Let my message also land in the greatest way. Let it touch the people that are here to really take in what I have to share, right? So love up your audience, because in service is no fear. Again, it's not about you. And I know that when you take your attention away from you, you take your attention away from, oh, what if I look stupid or I'm not delivering something good enough? But you focus your full attention on the people that will read what you're writing or they will watch what you're sharing. You know, if you have your full attention on them, especially as a speaker as well, right? Again, you know, fear disappears, right? And again, also, like recently I read a great quote that said, hey, there's no fear when you detach from results. And I love that one. Again, if you love up your audience and you just trust that you will inspire others, you can let go of your fear. And you can just go ahead and share what you want to share, knowing that someone will take in your message, right? And then the last E of the Eagle formula stands for excel, right? And the excellence really comes from you doing it, you practicing, you getting feedback. As they say, feedback is the breakfast for champions, right? Ask people, what did you think? How can I improve things? You know, what resonated with you? You know, what do you want to learn more from me, and so on, okay? Again, the more feedback you get and you weave that into how you share, the more confident you become, the greater you become, the more people resonate with your message, the more people connect. And when they connect, they want to work with you, and you attract more clients, you make more money, you make a greater impact, and everything becomes lighter and much more fun, right? So this is what I wanted to share with you today, this Eagle formula. Keep in mind how you master your fear so you stop procrastinating, getting more visible. And again, let me repeat it. The E stands for explore your fears, become clear on what they are. Observe yourself. What are these little voices whispering into your ear? Right? And adjust the wording into something positive so your fear message becomes actually a cheerleader. And then the G stands for go ahead and do it anyhow, despite the tickle in your belly. And the L stands for love them up, and in service is no fear. And the E stands for excel. Just do it, get feedback, get better, become, you know, an outstanding thought leader in your field and in your market, right? Okay, so I would like to invite you, as you know, I'm a woman of action, right? So I always love to turn learning and inspiration into something tangible. So I invite you right now, ask yourself, what is one thing you're willing to do today as you're here with us right now, right? What is one thing you're willing to do today, even though you feel a little bit of a fear in your belly, right? Share it in the chat. What is the one thing you're going to do today to expand your comfort zone, to go ahead and do it, right? And, you know, I like what Anita is saying. What an amazing inspiration. I feel like I could climb the Everest now. Good. You might not want to climb the Everest, Anita, but what is the one thing you want to do right now to really expand your comfort zone, right? Well, you know, what is the one thing you're willing to do despite you being afraid? I would like to know. And again, you know, if you're with us right now, once you're with us right now, type it into the comments. I would like to know it. And then, you know, if you watch it afterwards, still type it into the comments, because once you share, we are all going to cheer you on. We're going to be there with you. We're going to, you know, hold the space with you. We're going to watch, we're going to share, we're going to promote it, right? So again, it's so much more fun when you try things out, when you're not on your own. This is also why we've built a HeartPowered Global Nation, and we're happy to have you on board. So here's another thing I would like to mention already. I know I mentioned it to quite a few of you already. You know, at the end of November, we'll really do a 5-day, you know, journey, workshop, challenge on how you step up and get more visible. So every day we'll share with you a little task that to really stretch you, and we'll do it in a very practical, very fun way. and then we're going to give you very concrete feedback on the day. So I really look forward to really to go through this journey with you. And I see that a few of you are brave enough to say, hey, I do a video today, yay, I'm celebrating you on that, right? And also Anita is saying, I'm going to record a video this week, yay, that's fabulous. And get ready by the end of November, and next week, watch out, we're gonna let you know how you can actually hop on board, because a lot of people are already queuing and saying, hey, I want to join this one, where can I jump in? We'll share that with you next week. And also, again, keep in mind, the world needs you. Don't hold back. Don't play small. Let fears not stand in your way anymore, right? I mean, whatever else you think, like, I don't have the time or whatever else, it's all, there's always something in the inner game that holds you back. So now you know the Eagle formula, now you know how to step up in greater ways. And again, join us next week, and it's great to have you, Charu, and Norma, and everyone else, right? So, we look forward also to having you back next Thursday at another Inspiring Thought Thursday live, Facebook Live with you, and it's been great to have you. So again, as I said, step up, okay, soar higher, spread your wings, fly. We love you to be more visible. We love to see you shine in greater ways. We love you to, to share your wisdom in a greater way. You are brilliant. You have such important messages to share. People need you. The world needs you. So go out there and stretch your comfort zone and share with us how it's going. And next Thursday, we're back. We'll answer more questions of you, and we'll cheer you on in the meantime. And again, in our HeartPowered Global Nation and beyond, share your inspiration, share what you're going through every day. We are here to cheer you. We are here on your side. We believe in you, and we'll walk this path together. So have a fabulous Thursday, and I'll see you next Thursday latest, and probably in the meantime, we'll be in touch in our HeartPowered Global Nation. So have a fabulous day. Until soon.